morning, everybody. It is Monday. I can hardly believe we are in the middle of September already. It's the 14th of September when I am recording this. I don't know when you'll be watching it, but today, Sparky and I, Sparky is turned upside down, and I'll tell you why Sparky is turned upside down. Sparky and I, live in California, and right now we have fires raging everywhere around us. Now, Sparky and I are safe. We live in South San Francisco, and everything is fine here, except our days have turned into night because there is lots and lots of ash, and that's all in the sky, and for some reason it makes our sky very, very dark. So today we are going to do midday mayhem as our theme, aren't we, Sparky? That's right, because we're turning day into night, and we're going to be reading books that have everything to do with the nighttime, even though it's daytime right now. Does that sound good, Sparky? Mm-hmm. And of course we have to have a big thank you to Delilah and her sister Jayce because they have lent us these books for us. Yeah, give them a big round of applause. Yay! Sparky's very excited about these books. So let's get started, shall we, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And are you ready, Spark? Let's start with Shel Silverstein, shall we? You love Shel Silverstein. Okay, so this is from Where the Sidewalk Ends. And it is entitled If the World Was Crazy, which is kind of how we feel, don't we, Spark? Sparky and I feel like the world is a little bit crazy. That's right. It does feel like it's a little bit crazy. If the World Was Crazy by Shel Silverstein from Where the Sidewalk Ends. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd eat? A big slice of soup and a whole quart of meat. A lemonade sandwich, and then I might try some roasted ice cream or a bicycle pie. A nice notebook salad, an underwear roast, an omelet of hats, and some crisp cardboard toast. A thick malted milk made from pencils and daisies, and that's what I'd eat if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd wear? A chocolate suit and a tie of eclair, some marshmallow earmuffs, some licorice shoes, and I'd read a paper of peppermint news. I'd call the boys Susie, and I'd call the girls Harry. I'd talk through my ears, and I'd always would carry a paper umbrella for when I grew hazy, to keep in the rain if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd do? I'd walk on the ocean and I'd swim in my shoe. I'd fly through the ground and I'd skip through the air and I'd run down the bathtub and bathe on the stair. When I met somebody, I'd say, "Goodbye, Joe." And when I was leaving, I would say, "Hello." And the greatest of men would be silly and lazy. So I would be king if the world was crazy. Maybe Sparky could be king. Wouldn't that be fun? I think the world would be a great place if Sparky was in charge. We'd all get to take naps whenever we wanted, and we could eat fresh fruit and hang from trees. Could be kind of fun. What do you think, Sparky? Oh, Sparky just gave us the thumbs up. All right. Well, let's get started, guys. We're going to do some dancing. What do you think? First thing we're going to do is say what, Sparky? Hello. That's right. Let's wave hello. Sparky wants to wave hello. I hope you do too. Hello, how are you? Oh, hello. How are you? Oh, hello. How are you? I'm just fine today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. Glad to see you here today. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, what do you say? Let's get our day started. Let's bop up and down. Bop up and down, right where you are, and bop up and down. Don't go too far. Bop up and down, right where you are. I'm so glad to see you. Well, now, if it's kind of dark outside where you live, like it is for us, why don't you stretch really tall like you're waking up in the morning? Stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can, and stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can. Well, we are going to get our day started, Sparky and I, with a really great story. This is from Delilah and Jayce's library, and it is called The Sun's Asleep Behind the Hill. That's what it feels like in my neighborhood because I have mountains right outside my window, and the sun is just not coming up today. So I think it's taking a nap. The Sun's Asleep Behind the Hills. And this is by Mirra Ginsburg with illustrations by Paul O. Zelinsky. And there you can see, it looks like it might be nighttime, huh? The Sun's Asleep Behind the Hill. It says adapted by an Armenian song by Mirra Ginsburg with illustrations by Paul O. Zelinsky. That's neat. I like when you turn songs into stories, folks. I think that's really kind of fun. This is dedicated to Polya and Alik and to Deborah. Let me show you what we've got here. We've got a little teeny tiny bird that was drawn by Paul O. Zelinsky. And up here, there's a beautiful sunshine kite. I don't know if you can see, but that's a kite that looks like the sunshine. The sun shone in the sky all day. The sun grew tired and went away. There's that beautiful sun, but look, he's getting tired over here and he's going away. To sleep behind the hill. Look how pretty. Doesn't that look like a pretty place to have a picnic or go for a boat ride? The breeze blew in the trees all day. The breeze grew tired and said, "The sun shone in the sky all day. The sun grew tired and went away to sleep behind the hill." It's time that I was still. Well, the kites don't need to fly anymore since the sun went away, so maybe the breeze can calm down too. The leaves shook in the breeze all day. The leaves grew tired and said, "The breeze blew in the trees all day. The breeze grew tired. The breeze is still." Now we can also rest. I want to show you something because I just realized it as I was turning the page. Look, there's the little boy with his kite. And look, the kite is on the ground because there's no more breeze. Now we can also rest. Everything's nice and still as the sun goes down behind the hill. The bird sang in the bush all day. The bird grew tired and said, "Beep, beep." The leaves shook in the breeze all day. The leaves grew tired. They do not shake. They are asleep over the lake. Now I must also rest. Oh, well, look at that. The bird's asleep in his nest. He also wants to rest. The squirrel leaped from branch to branch. She gathered nuts all day. The squirrel grew very tired and said, "The bird sang in the bush all day. The bird grew tired. The bird is quiet." Look at that squirrel. Now I must also rest. Oh, he's got a very nice hole there, doesn't he? The child played in the park all day. The child grew tired. His mother said, "The squirrel leaped from branch to branch. She gathered nuts all day. The squirrel grew very, very tired. She's sleeping in her nest." It's time for you to rest. The child looks very tired. The moon came out into the sky. "I am alone," she said. "The sun's asleep behind the hill. The breeze is still. The leaves don't shake. They are asleep over the lake. The bird is quiet, the squirrel is sleeping, and in her nest the child at rest. I am alone, and I will shine with a silver light in the wide, silent sky all night. So it's the moon's turn to take over, isn't it? Oh, and look, there's the child asleep in bed. And look what's here. Right up there. You see that? That's the kite. And tomorrow, when the sun comes up over the hills, the little child will be able to go out and play again. What did you think about that, Sparky? Did you like that one? Well, since the child was in bed, I think it might be fun to sing the train song. Remember this one, Sparky? Do you remember this one? Yes, it's when you go to sleep, you sing this song. I hope this one doesn't put you to sleep, but I think it's a really pretty song. It's called Train Whistle Blowin'. It goes like this. Train whistle blowin' makes a sleepy noise. Underneath the blankets go all the girls and boys, heading from the station out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Jayce is at the engine, Delilah rings the bell, Ollie swings the lantern to show that all is well. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Maybe it is raining where our train will ride, but all the little travelers are safe and warm inside. Somewhere there is sunshine, somewhere there is day, somewhere there is Morningtown, many miles away. We've all gone to Morningtown, many miles away. Yes, you're right, Sparky. Sparky told me to tell you that the song is not called Train Whistle Blowin', it's called Morningtown Ride. You're absolutely right. Sometimes I forget these things. Thank you for reminding me, Sparky. Well, we have another story for you, and this is about a little bat named Stellaluna. I loved this book. I found this book years and years and years ago, and Jayce and Delilah had lent me this one. And it's by Janell Cannon. And not only did she write the beautiful book, but she did all the illustrations. It is a beautiful, beautiful book. And the book that I got years and years and years ago came with a little finger puppet so that you could be Stellaluna as you were reading. This is called Stellaluna by Janell Cannon. And that's little Stellaluna. She's a bat. Look at all these pretty pictures. Look, there's a lot of bats there. See all those bats? They're looking pretty happy. Oh, and there's all kinds of pretty pictures. Stellaluna by Janell Cannon. There's Stellaluna. Isn't she cute? This is dedicated to Burton H. Cannon and Nancy A. Cannon with love. What I like about this is, look at that. Stellaluna is writing it herself. See that? Isn't that cute? I like that. Here she is. In a warm and sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stellaluna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. So let me show you the picture there. There she is, flying with her little baby across the beautiful sky. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper, and down, down she went, faster and faster, into the forest below. Poor Stellaluna. This is very scary. The dark, leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother!" squeaked Stellaluna. "Where are you?" But daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer, and down, down again she dropped. Poor little thing. This must be a very scary time for Stellaluna. Thump! Stellaluna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of the 3 birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama!" hissed Pip. I like that name, Pip. Pip is a good name, isn't it? I like that name. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things that Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer, and she climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Bloop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Ooh. Bah. I don't think I would want to eat a green grasshopper. Would you, Sparky? Bah. Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stellaluna liked to sleep hanging by her feet. One day, Mama was away, and the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant! You're going to fall and break your necks!" Oh, poor Mama Bird. But look at all the little birds and Stellaluna hanging upside down. They look pretty cute, huh? The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stellaluna. "You're teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house." Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved like a good bird should. Oh, look at her poor little face. All the babies grew quickly, and soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them that it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. Their wings worked! "I'm just like them," thought Stellaluna. "I can fly too." Ooh, look at them flying. I bet that's a neat feeling when you fly for the first time. Maybe scary, but really must be neat. Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Stellaluna tried to do the same. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How embarrassing. Oh, poor Stellaluna. Look. She just can't do it. "I will fly all day," Stellaluna told herself. "Then no one will see how clumsy I am." She's still very cute, don't you think? The next day, Pip, Flitter, and Flap and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. "The sun is setting," warned Flitter. "Oh, We better get home or we'll get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The 3 anxious birds went home without her. Uh-oh. I wonder what's going to happen. At least Stellaluna has strong wings now. She's a lot stronger, and she knows how to get food, I bet. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached, and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed, so she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. Okay, could you hang by your thumbs? She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near. I bet that hurts. I bet that makes her tired. Don't you think so, Sparky? Hey, shouted a loud voice. Why are you hanging upside down? Stellaluna opened her eyes wide and she saw the most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bat hangs by their feet. You're hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down, the creature said. I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Well, Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. You ate bugs? Gasped one. You slept at night? Stuttered another one. Oh, how very strange, they all murmured. Wait, let me look at that child. The bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you? She asked. Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered. You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. Oh, how special is that, huh? Stellaluna's mommy found her. You escaped the owl? Cried Stellaluna. You survived? Oh, yes, said Mother Bat, and she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me, and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug again as long as you live. I bet that's going to make Stellaluna happy. Oh, but it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in the darkness. Come with us. Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though the rays of light were shining from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. You know, Stellaluna is very, very brave. Even though she's scared, she tries all kinds of things. She's using sonar, and she didn't even know it. Soon, the bats found a mango tree, and Stellaluna ate as much fruit as she could hold. I will never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. Oh, come with me and meet my bat family, said Stellaluna. Okay, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet, and they fly at night, and they eat the best food in the whole world, Stellaluna explained to the birds as they went. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, Oh, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stellaluna said, excited. We will fly at night. When night came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. Whoa! I can't see a thing, called Flip. Oh, neither can I, howled Flitter. Shout Flap. Oh, they're going to crash, gasped Stellaluna. I must rescue them. Stellaluna swooped about, gathering her friends in the air, and she lifted them into the tree. The birds grasped onto the branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. Well, see, this is about learning how differences between birds and bats. We are safe, Stellaluna said, and then she sighed. I wish you could see in the dark, too. We wish you could land on your feet, Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different and feel so much alike? Mused Flitter. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think this is quite a mystery, said Flap. I agree, said Stellaluna, but we're friends, and that's a fact. And that's the story of Stellaluna. I think this is a great story, even though they're completely different species, because Stellaluna is a mammal and birds are of the family Avia, I think, Aviae. They become friends and they help each other, don't they? Well, I wasn't able to find a song that fit this story, so I just used my inspiration and wrote one myself. So this is a little song that I wrote about Stellaluna. If I was a bird, I'd flap my wings, fly in the sky and learn to sing. I'd hunt for worms and build a nest, splash in a bird bath and take a rest. If I was a bird. If I was a bat, I'd fly at night, using sonar instead of sight. I'd find a branch, hang upside down, sleep through the day without a sound. If I was a bat. How can we be so similar, but not the same, you see? Can we take our differences and be a family? If I'm a bird and you're a bat, take to the skies, let that be that. You got fur, I got feathered wings. We don't worry about such things, 'cause we just are friends. So we can be quite similar, but not the same, you see. We can take our differences and be a family. We can be quite similar, but not the same, you see. And we can take our differences and be a family. So there you have a little song about Stellaluna. Sparky helped me write it. Well, last story, and that is from Now We Are Six by A. Milne with illustrations by Ernest H. Shepard. And this is called In the Dark. You know, I always like to show you the pictures because they're so tiny. So there it is, in the dark. In the dark. I've had my supper. I've had my supper. I've had my supper and all. I've heard the story of Cinderella and how she went to the ball. I've cleaned my teeth and I've said my prayers and I've cleaned and said them right. And they've all been in to see me and kissed me lots, and they've all said good night. So here I am, in the dark, alone. There's nobody here, you see. I think to myself, I play to myself, and nobody knows what I say to myself. Here I am in the dark alone. What is it going to be? I can think whatever I like to think. I can play whatever I like to play. I can laugh whatever I like to laugh. There's nobody here but me. I'm talking to a rabbit. I'm talking to the sun. There he is talking to a rabbit. There he is in the dark over there. Whoops, there he is. I'm talking to a rabbit. I'm talking to the sun. I think I am 100. I'm 1. I'm lying in the forest. I'm lying in a cave. I'm talking to a dragon. I'm being very brave. I'm lying on my left side. I'm lying on my right. I'll play a lot tomorrow. I think a lot tomorrow. I'll laugh a lot tomorrow. Hey-ho! good night. And there he is with the dragon. Can you see that dragon? That dragon looks very scared. And that is called In the Dark by A. Milne from Now We Are Six, with decorations by Ernest H. Shepard. Well, hey ho, believe it, it's time for us to go. Sparky, can you believe it is the end of a story time already? No, I know. Come on down. Sparky loves to play the goodbye song because he likes to say goodbye to everybody. So let's get ready for Sparky to play the guitar. Okay, Spark, there you go. And though it's time to say goodbye right now, we will be back on Wednesday, won't we, Sparky? Yeah, we will. I don't know what our theme will be on Wednesday, but hopefully it will not be another dark day. Hopefully the skies will clear. Hopefully they'll be able to get these fires out in California. Let's all put that big hope out there, shall we? Okay, well, let's say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, Bella. Goodbye, James. Goodbye, Delilah. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Jayce. Goodbye, Maya. Goodbye, Isabella. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Gabriella. Goodbye, Lillian. Goodbye, Madeline. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Charlotte. Goodbye, Jalen. Goodbye, Ollie. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, Helen. Goodbye, Allie. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye, Eli. Goodbye, Francine. I'll see you all next time. Well done, Sparky. You played really well today. You didn't make any mistakes. I'm very proud of you. Very good. Well, everybody, Sparky wants to give you a high 3, and I'm going to give you a high 5. Sparky gave me one. Here's one for you. There's one from him, and there's one from me. And now Sparky would like to give you a big hug. So if you want a hug, take one hand and put it on his shoulder. Take your other hand, put it on your other shoulder, and squeeze really, 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 really tight. That's a big hug from Sparky and me to you. And in the meantime, have a great day, and we will see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Bye, Spark.